that he does not trust. And you are among his trusted acolytes. That means that your loyalty is beyond question. As you walk around on the cold decks, you can feel this cold air from the ventilation system. You can hear the distant whizzing of fans and engines. You're near the warp drive, and the floor shakes with a powerful energy from the engine that drives this huge citadel floating through space. You're in the middle of a warp phenomenon that none of you understand, but you've been told that the ones with a third eye are aiding you through the perilous warp, through to a forbidden world. And when you reach it, it is your task to subdue it and bring it in under the Imperium. And as you walk around, you've been given orders by your superiors. The last session, we had a briefing on the bridge where your Inquisitor told you to gather a warband and get ready for departure. Just as you were sort of returning to your barracks, you were hailed by the Arch-Confessor, Kane. He informed you that a warband had some technical difficulty arriving on the ship. There was an anomaly in the docking vessel of warband set in the lower levels. Their specialized warp vessel arrived long after everyone else, and it seemed they had some turbulence, and there was a period of time where you weren't able to reach them. As soon as you entered the portal, they started reporting back. A long time passed, and eventually your security gained access to the hangar. After a while, they started reporting back that everything was all right. You were first ordered to resolve the issue and walk down there yourselves. But you have since heard from a group that inspected their chambers and came back with no issues. However, the local inspectors have informed you that they've had a small malfunction. You've been traveling for a long time, and you're almost through to Askellon 1. You're in chambers, sitting around in the cold room, when the Arch-Confessor is going to help you on the Voxcaster. And we can begin with you, Tin Ulti. Where can you just describe your character visually?
Yeah. Tin Ulti, for the most part, if you've seen him around before, mostly goes around with a small sort of rain cloak around him. Through the gaps that you can see on this sort of like survivalist kind of waterproof, you can see that there are hints of a very non-reflective material, definitely something that's akin to synth skin. Although you can also see that parts of various bits of metallic components, whether it's old bits of carapace armor or repurposed bits of scrap metal, have been forged into neck guards and small shoulder pads, and just basically a small amount of padding near the chest and head area that have clearly been sort of custom designed. He lugs around a flamer on his back, but for the most part it doesn't really look indicative of something that he normally wears. His face is normally covered by the synth-skin suit, as well as a heavy pair of Praesense goggles that he tends to wear at all times. His demeanor tends to be quite reserved and quiet for the most part. You always feel that he's watching something or other out of the corner of his eye, and he's never really quite at ease. If you've ever read the reports of what he's done, You know that he has been tasked with accompanying the warband to Askellon due to the fact that it is detached from the Imperium and due to its lack of any kind of trade routes or any kind of easy access to it. It's very likely that this individual has been hired for his survivalist skills for whatever limited resources might be available there. But if you've ever seen him, he wouldn't come up to you to talk to you. He's not a very chatty individual, and is normally quite pensive and looks quite on edge most of the time.
Awesome. That is awesome. And Commissar Reichardt, where are you currently? What do we see when we look over in your bunk bed? You're muted.
He's muted.
You're muted, Aaron. Aaron? Aaron. Alright, let's do
Raspanas.
Raspanas.
So Raspanas would be probably not in his chamber. He would be somewhere on the deck where there is a clear window showing the endless void. He will be looking in it. It will be even disturbing because most people don't like to look into the void. Void is nothing. People like something, but he is clearly amazed with what he can see in the void. He's wearing kind of a strange outfit because he looks like he put on some military gear on top of the good-looking clothes from some pleasure world, maybe a aristocrat, nobody knows. He speaks often to himself and he might ignore people talking to him. He's usually going his own paths, but he's rarely ever hiding himself. He's usually seen in the plain sight.
Awesome. James Sergei, what do you look like?
You're gonna see a younger gentleman, clean-shaven, typically in thicker clothing, more typical to Frontier, Ice Worlds, something similar to Valhalla, but not exactly there. You can usually be seeing him with a lot of books, relatively unscarred, if not completely unscarred, and generally he's just going to be reading books. Most of them would be medical or engineering. As if he was a younger student, but enlisted.
Nice.
And Aaron, are you back? No. Aaron? Alright, then we're just gonna begin there.
Yep, I'm back.
Okay, every character.
Okay, my character is about 6'3" tall, mid-30s. What he called will have a scar on his lower chin, and what he called is decked out in a commissar's uniform, peaked hat, which is what he called reinforced, and essentially has blue eyes that what he called, whenever he looks at you, it looks as though they're burrowing into your soul. As he has a bolt pistol and a power sword on his hip, and literally doesn't give a damn about what he called anyone he's with at the moment.
Awesome. You are in your personal chambers. As you wake up and look at each other, there's a small rectangular window, and out it you can see this purple-blue sort of energy field flowing by the window. All of you are quite tired of this at this point. You've been traveling for a long, long time. There is a light flashing on your box, caster.
Raspanas will answer it. Interested in the lights.
As you walk over and press the button, the red light will turn from flashing to permanent. You've traveled for quite a while, and you have not heard your Archconfessor's voice in a long time. When his voice fills the room once again, you will hear sort of a half-broken voice over the Voxcaster.
Ah, yes. I suspect that this is the only place we can talk safely. Is everyone there?
Yes.
Yeah.
With our imminent arrival to the Forbidden World, there is only one element of concern left on my mind. Can you guess what it is?
Lack of choice with the warband that we have asked for, or perhaps some underlying issue with some of the crew?
I see that none of you have psychic powers. Reassuring. No. Sumaku informed me that some of the code from Warband Zeta has been degrading into binaric gibberish. Warp travel can be hazardous to the human mind, even to one as great as the Technographers. Their responses are highly unusual. I want you to take your best team and inspect the barracks, chambers, and hangars of Warband Z. Make sure it is cleared for arrival. That is all.
Understood.
The room will be filled with an eerie silence. Your data slates contain a rough map of the various chambers of the warbands. You roughly know where to go whenever you feel like heading out.
Raspanas will probably try to contact the rest, and we'll start with dear fellow gents and ladies. Maybe, probably, I don't know. Where can we meet up? I'm not feeling easy to walk alone these corridors.
Yes. Indeed. I believe that we should split up. I shall go one way, and my shadow, looking at a certain acolyte, shall come with me.
Raspanas will be that acolyte.
Sure. I think if we're going to have to do this, it'd be good for us to find out what's been going wrong with whatever their transmissions are. I'll see if I can gain access to their previous transmissions logs and see if I can decipher anything, if there's anything legible, see what the confusion is to start off with. No point in us going in this without as much information as we can.
Excellent. And I take it you all start traveling towards their bunkers, and I want any of you can do a navigate surface test. -20.
Before then, do you mind if I find my way to a potential cogitator bank to download any of their transmissions? I want to see what they've been sending, which is confusing our superiors.
Any of you can do anything before you go. and
Yeah.
you're easily going to find a series of cogitators outside of your chambers, and you can
Additional success with additional 4.
sick. You can do a scrutiny test. Tinald.
Oh, I sent that to you
Very
privately, but that's 5 degrees of success in total.
Sick. Yes, the warband arrived right as you left through the portal. So right before you flew through the portal, they docked. You didn't hear anything from them for a long time. Then suddenly, a couple of days later, you start to get reports from the maintenance crew. It was highly unusual. No one was heard from for a long time. Then suddenly you started getting responses. The entire station had been locked down, citing some technical issues. By the time they unlocked it, the technicians that were sent there, they went quiet, and then it took a little while, and they started reporting back that yes, there were some technical issues, but everything is much better now. And that has sort of been the recurring story. Whenever there's something wrong, you send someone down there, you lose all contact with them for a long time, and then after sometimes
We're getting the classic Han Solo. We're fine now. How are you?
Yeah, even after, like, sometimes it takes several days before you hear anything from the people that go down there. So it's been bad.
These separate reports, because I'm assuming they're made because different teams are going in, they're different,
Yes.
and
They're
they're meant to be
separate
different
reports.
people. Does it? Other languages and the punctuations and all that, does it look like potentially the same person is making the reports, even though it's meant to be different people? Or is it definitely like these very clearly are different people?
You can do a linguistics test. Minus 10.
Sure. Low Gothic?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. 4 degrees of success.
So while there are differences, there is definitely different people writing these reports. There are similarities in the way they express, in the trajectory of communication, from concern to worry to complete absence, and then it's like, of course everything is fine, of course. Like there is some uniformity to the type of responses.
That's weird. Maybe I'm overlooking. So as Tin's downloaded this onto his own data slate, and he's looking through the reports and walking along with the group. He's just going to be going. I might be overthinking this, but all of these reports, despite the fact that it's clearly a few bits of different pronunciation, the contents of them are almost verbatim exactly the same. I mean, you'd expect to see some variance with how people would react, different groups, different standards. You'd expect maybe some more investigations, or at the very least some details on it, but the fact that everyone is just sort of blanket stating that there are issues without stating these technical issues. I mean, look at this. Like, there's absolutely no references as to what the failures are, mechanical or otherwise, whether there's a personnel problem, and it's all exactly the same. And he's going to share his findings with the group to try and see if he can get a different opinion on it.
You're entirely right. Those robots from Mechanicus are awful with their work. I agree. And Rasmus will continue walking.
What does your gut say?
When normally there's a problem, there's normally an angry overseer that wants to try and fix the problem, and normally someone wants to try and blame someone else for the problem to arise in the first place. the fact that no one's describing what these technical issues are, and no one's been blamed, and there's been no source of solution for any kind of praise within the certain systems, it rubs me the wrong way. There's just so much lack of information that it's raising my hackles a bit. I don't trust these reports.
And
well, the ship arrived just before we entered, so we hadn't been able to talk to this warband before we'd entered into the warp. And now anyone that's interacted nearby have seemingly cut off communications beyond the most generic of things. I'm a little worried that maybe this group that's come back has brought something else with them, or perhaps they might not be working for us.
But the issues that you were mentioning, can we map them to spread from where the warband landed, or are they randomly around the ship?
It's specifically in the hangar bay where Warband Zeta, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, where Warband Zeta was boarded. They entered into hangar bay 58-481. And all of the problems seemingly have come through there, but this warband has not moved from this hangar bay. They haven't been noted in any other major deck areas. They seem to have stayed in this hangar bay, and now anyone that's gone near that area and any of the nearby surrounding decks have seemingly started to give these increasingly vague reports. It's like a small cloud of misinformation starting to form here.
So, well, maybe let's find another group of technicians and let's go with them. Let's see what will happen.
You want to bring some other group in there, and we tail them, we ghost them, and see what their activities are?
Yes, exactly, because the technicians showing up is not something disturbing in the area where the problems are. So we'll go with them.
Okay. If you know where we can go to maybe find some technicians to do that, I wouldn't be able to convince them of anything, I don't think, but I could definitely tail them.
Why do we bring technicians with us?
You would prefer a more direct approach, like an intervention?
Are any of the teams still there?
Per the reports, the team is still there, everything is in order. The inspection team is there too. A few technicians and so on.
If they are still there, and they are still there, bring more technicians for them to corrupt is ludicrous. We go.
Well, right after you, dear Rykard.
I'll tell you, make sure that I've got your back. I'll keep out of sight, see if I can look at things without them noticing me.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'll
have anyone that would stand by my side.
I could always road security with you.
I will go with you, Rykard, to see what's there, but don't count me in as a backup in case of fight.
You start to enter darker and darker corridors. It is like it's getting. You're obviously getting more and more off the beaten path. You can see exposed wires hanging from the ceiling, exposed machinery, cogitators sparking. You will see tech priests that are lost and confused, just hobbling through the hallways. endlessly, desperately maintaining lumen globes and trying to maintain the impossible circuitry of the lower chambers. As you can hear some rumbling of the machine spirit, you begin to approach where Warband Z has their stations. There is like a perimeter of blast doors, and you can let me know whenever you want to enter.
During that walk, Raspanas will start to spread his psychic mind to see what's beyond the ice.
You will hear a voxcaster starting to beep, as well as Rasbanas. You sense a few living humans. Nothing beyond that. Nothing unusual.
He will keep that sense on, just to look in front and behind the walls.
Tin's definitely he's on edge because he's made this connection, and he's always going to err on the side of caution. So Tin is going to say what he was originally going to do, which is going to shadow the main group going forward. So if it's possible, can I try and stealthily kind of tail the group and just keep an eye on them without being obvious myself?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can do a stealth test.
Excellent.
So Tin will sort of slide into the shadows, start walking behind you, and you will slither in between the cracks. Suddenly you look behind you and Tin is gone. Samuel Spade. Yeah, I'm assuming you're wearing your usual trench coat, sniper rifle, maybe carrying it. Sasha,
no.
All of that, but it's definitely worse for wear. The past few days, it looks like I've been in better shape before this, but there's plenty of dirt, plenty of grime, not in the usual clean and pristine condition in which he presents himself. I don't notice you yet.
so you're all working together. You've been called to inspect another warband, and you've been walking down there for a few hours. By now, we can say that you're also trailing the group if you would like. Sam, if you don't want to be walking with them.
No, Raspanas stays with this group.
Alright. You have arrived at the blast doors. The area looks not unusual from the rest of these hallways. It is rusted, and there's a half-broken interface to the blast door, leading to various accommodations for the crew members, barracks, and further through there is a hangar as well.
The blast doors are open or they are closed?
You're standing in front of the blast doors now.
Yeah, so are they open or closed?
Closed. What do you do?
What Raspanas can feel behind those
Nothing at all.
doors?
Cold steel and metal. You hear the echoes of your footsteps, and just a slow release of some fumes in the distance as a sort of scattering white light is cast through the hallway. What do you do?
Are we moving? So anyone who's got the microbead will hear Tin whisper into it, going, "Are we going to head through, or do you want me to try and find some other entrance?"
It seems like there's nothing there on the other side, and you will see Raspanas being very close to the doors, almost hugging them.
Am I able to look around just to double check? Are there any picked cameras or any kind of surveillance devices, sort of basic security systems that are in the area?
Very good. Do a security test, -10. All of you can see. Well, you can't actually see it.
Am I able to use my Auspex to try and help with that?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I will. And no. 10 degrees of success.
Yes, Tin. You will see a picture recorder right behind the door. It is currently recording the warband. Your warband.
If there's no one at the door, whoever's on that picked camera, and he'll give directions so that people know where to look. They know that you're at the front of there. So you're going to have to dedicate to something.
You get an inspiration point. Ripsaw, you are walking with the rest of the group. These hallways are unfamiliar to you, but you recognize all the technology. It's a normal interface. Wouldn't be too much of an issue for you to unlock.
BRB. God damn it.
Yes. The tech priest is standing there, frozen in place.
Goddamn Windows updates.
What do you want to do, guys?
Tin's not going to move from his position. He's quite happy in the shadows. He's the only one that's not revealed to the camera for the moment. So
yeah, everyone else is on camera, just looking around.
Yeah,
slowly turning around, looking up in the ceiling at the floor.
And Peak's recorder that is recording us, is it connected with cables? We can follow
it's
the cables
embedded
to
in
see?
the ceiling. It's hard to say.
Okay.
Almost looks integrated.
Yeah, that's part of the ship's security system.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know if the security station where that might be connected to is that in the hangar bay area, like as a sort of separate security checkpoint, perhaps?
Tin will slide up against the wall, start to open panels, look behind it, sort of lean your head in between the cracks to try to see where the wires go. And you can do a tech use test.
Certainly.
-10.
-10. +10 because I got a multi-tool.
Yes, sure.
I failed! I shall use my inspiration. Do it again! I failed even harder!
You're quite worried when you see that the line doesn't go anywhere. It just goes into like a water reservoir. So the camera is not connected at all.
What's this wiring? He's just sitting there. I'm assuming that who's ever rewired this, because this is some fucking awful rusted down part. This has been rewired again and again and again, and it's been short circuited around there. I'm just seeing this horrible mash of wires, and I'm just like, yeah, I ain't touching that.
Exactly.
Is it working?
Twirled around thing again and again and again, like a lasso.
Was that asking if the camera was working?
It is working.
Oh.
Yeah,
my mic is working again. Okay, good.
Yes.
Yes, Ripsaw, you look at this with deep concern. The machine spirit cries out in pain. There's a door and there's a camera.
Something is off. Machine spirit cries out in pain. Let me see what I can do to ease its pain. Ripsaw's going to pull out his combi tool and start administering care to the machine.
Excellent. Do a tech use test, -10.
Okay. I'll be an even right there, as I used to come back.
Everyone is just looking at this door, and suddenly the tech priest just steps forward, pulls out his combi tool. And, yeah, you're going to interface with the door. Routine security. You can easily open it.
Rest now, machine spirit. As I open the door.
This huge blast door is going to slide open. Through it, you can see a long corridor. Several downlights. And what looks like a servitor is going to turn around, surprised.
Oh. Servitor, step forward.
The servitor will comply. Takes a couple of steps forward, like a Frankenstein's monster, and it's going to stand right in front of you.
I'm going to just start petting it like a dog. It's like, now that's a good servitor. Always obedient.
Can we check if that strange signals are somehow in his head or something?
Tell me your occupation, servitor. What is your purpose?
Maintenance.
You ought to be my guide for now. What is this place?
He'll just do a single nod.
Quick question, GM. Does this servitor have organic eyes, or does it have cybernetic implants?
It has cybernetic implants. Human guts and brain.
Yeah. Okay. Ripsaw, is it?
Yes, who may you be? I might have lost track of what your names are. Doggo and I have game mechanic discussions at time to time.
And I assume with that you appear out of the shadows, Tim.
No, I'm speaking as quietly as I can because I don't want to be caught by the camera. So he's currently hearing like a voice from somewhere.
Nice.
As he goes, yes, Tin. My name's Tin. I'm a little new here. I remember when I had to try and bypass a couple of hacked servitors that had been repurposed. I was able to access their ocular implants and was able to disable, but more importantly, interface with their relays. They tend to have, granted not long-term memory, that tends to be shunt buffered into and deleted, as it's not, servitors don't need long-term memory.
Yes, of course, we don't want to know what other tech priests have been doing to these servitors. You don't know the half of the things that we do to them.
Point being, if you were able to, tech priest, we might be able to interface with it and see what it's seen, even in the short term, might give us a good layout of the area before we move forward.
Oh boy, the Messiah. Let me just break this down to you. You're basically asking me to look into its search history.
I guess that's how you could word it.
Well then, let's look into this search history. Come here, servitor.
Nice. You get an inspiration point, and both of you get an inspiration point as the servitor will kneel, and you will access its memory data slot. Opening a few panels, all of you can hear this mechanical buzzing noise of a screwdriver in the back of this servitor. You will access its pict recorder data bank.
I'm going to delete all the XXX files.
Okay.
Nobody needs to see that.
That's true. What do you do?
For everything else, yes, I'm going to take into my my data slate.
Alrighty. You collect all of the information and save it.
By chance, does this servitor happen to have what is it, Elder Scrolls Morrowind?
It does not. It is a very simple, like Pong and some of those early Pac-Man games.
Oh. That's still a good find.
Yeah.
Doggo.
Unfortunately, no update for Doggo.
Oh. Doggo. The servitor has the vintage Pac-Man.
Nice.
I'm just going to skim through whatever data it has, anything relevant to what's going on.
What are you looking for?
Anything that would show like anything alarming since the past, I don't know, 10 hours, such as like if there's been attacks, any anomalies moving around. It's capturing that.
The camera is grimy and dirty. It hasn't been cleaned for a long time. The servitor is also wobbling when it walks down the hallways. So you got this Blair Witch Project image of like static and lines going up and down and occasionally turning around and then more mechanical walking. It looks like a terrible like old Amiga game. You can try to upgrade or post-process the image. Uploading it to a data slate. It's going to be a very difficult test.
Okay.
Do a -60 tech use test.
I can try and provide assistance. I've got training in tech use, so I can provide a +10.
Okay. I pull out my combine tool and get into work.
Yes.
With the assistance of this other meatbag that came from the shadows. Yes.
At this point, I assume you step out of the shadows, Tim.
Yeah, I have to at this point in time. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, you still succeed. The footage is gradually improved. You can see some of the static disappearing. You're like reversing the frames. You're going interpolated, and then you're deleting the lines one by one. After a few runs, you're able to follow what's going on. And you can see him passing a corner, and then suddenly, in a dark hallway, it's as if you see a small rodent or some kind of small rat-like creature flying across the hallway. It's got like long rat-like hands. You're not sure if it's a smelt rat or something else.
No. Not rats.
It definitely
Was
doesn't
that-
belong here.
Did that thing fly?
It looks to be half flying, yes. Crawling on the wall sideways. And as soon as the servitor comes up, it does a leap into a crevice. It is hairless, tan brownish.
Ugh. Is there anyone else in your little party, warband, squad, line?
He points to the small group who haven't moved into the place yet. He goes,
Someone look over there and go, oh, shit, I didn't even notice all of you in Dogwood playing Skyrim.
We're going to requisition some mouse traps for that size.
No.
Tin hucks the flamer from his shoulder and goes, I'm really glad I have this now.
You would burn the sacred wires that are around here.
If it means absolutely obliterating a flying fucking rat like that, yes, 100% I would.
So, back on my homeworld, there's a thing we could do. We could capture that and a few smaller mice, put them in a pit together, and make them cannibals. Release that one, he'll eat all the others.
I mean, it doesn't explain... sorry.
How long will it take it to eat all of the other ones?
So for the short time, we could set up traps, but in the long run, that'll work.
Splendid idea. Not too much to do, and everything will be done for us by someone else.
I mean, whatever it is, it looked like a rat, but if something that big of an infestation, correct me if I'm wrong, Tech Priest, but anyone that was reporting issues with this part of the ship would immediately bring up a major infestation problem. I mean, obviously rodents like that would exist on any ship, but they shouldn't be running around the halls so openly.
I do not believe that anyone will be reporting that, since Corpse Starch has been rated 3 stars out of 5. It's okay. When Rat has been rated as a 5-star meal within the guard.
I just look at the Tech Priest with a blank stare.
No, I found it on a Rattling website.
Understandable.
This is Rickard. I cannot believe that we are discussing this. Kill the thing and of. You are acolytes of the Inquisition. You're sitting talking about a rat. Do your jobs.
Get an inspiration point. Oh my god, this character.
Samuel.
Roopsaw.
Samuel.
Can you hear me?
Did you make a proper funeral for the other acolytes?
It's not guaranteed that they've gone up in smoke. I still have faith for them, although we have admittedly lost communications for the past few days.
I see.
One of them could have gotten out at least, but I'm holding out hope.
As you say that, a Tech Priest will appear around the corner through the blast gate. He wobbles out into the hallway, pulls back his red robe and his red hood, and you can see 2 cybernetic eyes. He is hunched forward. He looks old and worn. He looks almost sickly, pale. He will look into the corridor and then look behind him. A man will appear from around the corner. He is wearing a studded gunmetal vest with leather shoes and boots, pants, a large belt buckle with an aquila. He's carrying a bolt pistol. As he turns around the corner, you can see that he is... he matches the description of one of the acolytes of the warband. He will look in your direction. He has dark brown skin, curly black hair, a round spectacles, almost looks like flight goggles. And he will look in your direction, give a little smile, and start to walk towards you.
Has he got weapons drawn?
He's just holding it nonchalantly by his hand, by his side, rather.
But it's in his hand.
It's in his hand, pointing at the ground.
Well, Raspanas will hide behind the ray cart.
Ripsaw's going to look in their general direction. His glowing blue eyes just staring right at him.
Didn't make himself scarce.
Right, Sam's going to stand resolute. Ripsaw to his right.
I'm just going to be petting. What is it? I'm going to be petting Doggo.
Through this misty shadow, he will slowly walk forward. He looks kind of like a badass. He is tall, quite well trained. He looks kind of lifeless as he walks up to the light. His face illuminated from the bottom, so he kind of looks scary with these fumes flowing around him. He will sort of lean his gun on the side of the blast door. An unexpected visit. And why was I not told? Wait, I recognize you. He's going to look at you, Samuel. Have any of you made any effort to wear disguises? No. Okay.
Nope.
No. Aside from looking kind of disheveled, no. But I'm going to start reaching for a weapon. Just real, very, very slow, like.
He will look down at your belt as you do that, and he seems to be chewing some chewing gum or something. He stops for a second, looks back up at you. I cannot express how much I admire the Order of Xenos. It is a delight to have you here. However, I was not expecting your presence.
And who were you expecting?
No one. We were not told of affection at all. Everything is in order here.
Ripsaw's going to peek over at this guy, just peek from the side and see the other tech priest and kind of give like a wave with its with his own servo arm.
He will bow, and as he does, he just grabs something under his cloak and sort of hunches over and disappears back into the chambers.
Do we all notice this?
Yes.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, and I'm gonna whip out a last pistol.
Your host will so turn his head over his shoulder and it's all right, Rottenkind. Stay.
Box message.
Prepare some recap for our guests.
And on my way.
If you do not mind, I would like to speak in private with her fellow tech priest.
You can see looking kind of skeptical at you. I don't think that will be necessary. What can I help you with?
It's more of a inquiry if you have any of the other ancient rights to entertainment.
He nods slowly. So that is what you're here for.
I personally am here for that. I do not speak for the others.
Very well. Come in.
Very well.
Tin's been observing this gentleman. I've got sort of a rudimentary understanding. Does it look like he's under any kind of influence or something, like maybe drugs, or potentially he's sort of not himself at the moment?
Do a trade. You can either do a forbidden lore criminals test, or you can do a trade chemist test.
Okay. 5 degrees of success.
Excellent. So, you inspected his eyes and his pupils and whether they were dilated and how they reacted to light and so on. Suspecting that, just making sure of every possibility. There was an unusual reaction to light. His eyes, his pupils are unusually large and did not react to light the way they should.
As in, they didn't dilate at all, or?
Not at all, yeah.
Are there any... His... Like, you described him as quite deathly pale. Does it look like his skin's sort of greyish, like there's no blood flow?
Yeah, he does look kind of deathly, yeah. But that could also be the fact of living in this.
Yeah, true. Guess it's difficult without cutting him open. Tin is going to whisper as quietly as he possibly can into the microbead, going, "There's something wrong with his eyes. He's not reacting to the light, they're fully dilated."
I'll be there in 30 seconds.
You hear nothing from Ripsaw, but you hear in your microbead. Is it possible that you want me to conduct a medical examination of him?
Whatever is wrong with this place, he is one of the things that is wrong. He's another unknown. But he's not. His body is not acting as it should be.
Is it possible that any of you have a crack grenade?
By now, you'll actually hear the footsteps of cart plane.
Ripsaw's going to continue walking with this other tech priest.
And Sam's going to holster his last pistol for now. I didn't mean any disrespect by any means. It's been a harrowing few days.
The tech priest will nod politely as he looks over his shoulder. Yeah, you can see his eyes slowly wandering. It seems like his mechadendrites are not working at all. Few of his cybernetics are reacting. They're more like just hanging up from his body. As he wobbles into a meeting room, you see several chairs lined up. There's no one else in the room. Do all of you want to enter?
Oh, fuck no.
I start speaking in mechanical slang to this tech priest. Yo, dog, your other appendages ain't working so well. You want me to fake him up?
Nah, man. It's gonna be alright. I'll
My
take
dog.
care of it.
My dog, it not looking good.
I said I'll take care of it, Holmes.
All right, cool. Now pass me some of them hollow games. I got Skyrim. The what is it called? The 80 millennial edition.
My interface have stopped working. You can see him sort of looking back and forth under the mechadendrites and mechanical eyes that are not reacting at all. He seems to be struggling a little bit before he finally gets up from the table and starts walking away. He walks out of the room.
I assume that this acolyte that's trying to get us into this room, he knows that I'm there. I'm not hidden.
You have had opportunities to slip away if you would like.
Yeah, I would like to try and slip away without people noticing.
Yeah, you can do that with your previous stealth test.
Sweet.
The rest of you, if you follow him through the hallway, he will enter to the right and into a small, what looks like a conference room.
I'm gonna get my Auspex scanner and start scanning around. Try to see if there's anything in the walls.
Awesome. Welcome, Brad.
Alright, that will require...
Good to have you here, Brad. The rest of the group will see someone appearing behind them. Can you describe your character quickly, Brad?
Yes, you see a all matte black carapace that is fully enclosed with a close-fitted helmet on it. You see the Imperial Aquilia almost damn dog, get down off me. Sorry. You you see a golden Imperial Eagle or Aquila embezzled across the chest piece, and you see he has a staff in one hand with some kind of runes running up the bottom half of it, and he walks up to the group with a small cowl pulled over his head over the helmet. How bid you, acolytes?
Awesome. You can tell that they're a little bit busy right now. To recap, you've been given a report from your archconfessor that there's something unusual going on with one of the other warbands. This is a smaller intel group. They're just aiding you with information and scouting and so on your missions. And you've sent down teams of inspections again and again, and every team comes back with a strange report. And the archconfessor just wants to make sure that everything is A-okay before you arrive at the Forbidden World. You're currently meeting with 2 acolytes of the warband. They match the descriptions you have, but their behavior is a bit strange. A tech priest has disappeared, and the man who introduced himself as Gaith is still standing there, attempting to make small talk with whoever is willing.
At this point, Rikov, what he called, makes contact with the group and looks around and goes, "Who are you?"
Who are you talking to?
He's sitting there looking at the tall drink of water.
You're talking to the water?
Brad. Yeah, Brad.
Full drink of water as in the guy who has got them into the room.
I am Aquilian Westermark. How do you do?
I am perfectly fine. Who are you?
Just a fellow alkalite sent to assist. Nothing more, nothing less.
Pointless. Anyway, we seem to have someone who's running from us. A hunt is on.
It shouldn't take that much long. He hobbles. His blessed augments appear to be damaged. They're not responding to him. Something.
So we should let the wolves loose then.
What are wolves?
We are wolves.
Wolves are us. Very well.
I will not try to explain. Maybe next time. But
Very well.
this time, we are the hunters.
Herbstar's going to pull out his bolt pistol.
Mm-hmm.
You see Aquilian behind you pull out a whip and begin stroking the long braids of it. A prisoner, you say.
Fresh augmentations that stay to liberate.
Fresh meat. Way. Let us hunt.
Ripstar's going to start giving chase. He's going to order Doggo to tackle the tech priest.
Okay. You will run after the tech priest. Okay. And unless anyone else is saying what they're doing, I'm going to assume that you stay put. From now on, you have to say you cannot retrospectively change what you have done.
Yeah.
He's what he called Rickoff is. Jason.
Currently, Tin, who has sort of slipped away from the group whilst they were following this strangely acting acolyte, and they're dealing with the acolyte and what have you. I, for one, do not want to be alone with them and do not want to follow them because I don't trust anything that they're saying right now because Tin's got the fucking hairs on the back of his neck up, so he's abandoned the group. He is currently sneaking around this area as he's got a horrible suspicion in mind as to what might or may not be happening. And he wants to try and look for whatever these strange creatures that he saw, this strange rat-like creature was. So he remembers where the servitor saw it, and it went into the side of a wall. So there might be a nest or something of them nearby. So he wants to try and find one of these creatures.
Excellent. That's what Tin is doing. Rips on. Yeah, go ahead.
Raspanas will follow the Commissar Reichert. He likes his colorful outfit, so he will follow him.
Sam will be side by side with the host, and just going to ask a very pointed question. How is it that you know of us, our warband? How is it that you recognize me?
Well, I read your files, of course. As have we all. Again, I admire the Orosinos greatly. It is an honor to have you here. You will excuse us if we are a bit unprepared. No one told us of your arrival.
Of course,
I
and
am
yes,
sure warp travel put its mark on you as it did me. There was some level of disturbance coming through the warp gate. But everything is much better now.
is it now? And have you heard tell of any of those in the rest of my warband?
His head will slowly tilt to the rest of the group. Yes, I have heard of them before. Your legend precedes you. It is an honor.
So I presume nobody else yet has been confirmed to have made it out. I've not been in the best of ways in the past few days, as I've mentioned before, and admittedly I am on edge.
As are we all. He will slowly turn to the wall and pour some recaf in a cup, put it on the table, and continue doing so for a few more cups.
I'll give the recaf a quick sniff, and if there's nothing alarming about it immediately, I'm going to take a sip, and then another sip.
Mm-hmm. He will just stand there and smile. After a little while, the door will open, and another of the crew members will walk through the door, as if nothing has happened. He's holding an empty cup. As the door opens, Gaith will turn around and sort of introduce you. Just have a little small talk. This is Alexio. As I said, we are a bit tired, but there's nothing else to report. I take it you were sent here to inspect our chambers? So he says.
I am not there. I am gone. I am chasing that tech priest.
Then we're gonna pick up right there. Unless you want to do something else, Sam.
No, we can go ahead and proceed onward with Ripsaws.
Alrighty, Ripsaw, you run down the corridor, and we can resolve that in text. What do the rest of you want to do?
Finn is going after whatever those strange creatures were. He's not interacting with any of these weirdos who were in this hangar bay.
Mm-hmm. And as you start running around the corner, inspecting behind the walls and so on, you will see a metal plate that's missing. It looks like it looks like the corner where you saw the creature jump into something. You think you see the crevice.
Right. I am going to take my picked corder and well, first of all, I'm going to have I've got night vision, so I'm going to peer down into the hole and see what I can see without having to peer in at the moment.
As you lean the picture recorder in and look at the feed, there is a little trail of blood going from the inside of this little crevice and into a long pipe. The pipe itself is just covered in this goo.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. Oh, God. This is my fucking homeworld all again with this weird shit. Is the pipe a pipe that's connected on the outside so I can see where this pipe is along the corridor, perhaps?
Yep.
Or is this an internal? Cool, so I can follow this particular pipe.
Yes.
Yeah, I will do so. I am not going to get in the pipe. That would be a very bad idea, so I'm going to follow the pipe from the safety of the outside.
Alrighty.
See
You
where it
follow
leads.
it around the corner and it leads through a closed door.
Locked?
It has a simple security measure.
Okay. I'll do a quick little scan, see if there's any kind of tripwire, see if there's any kind of alarm system attached to the door itself.
No, but the door seems to have been jammed. It is slightly bent, as if something heavy has hit it. You can break the locking mechanism if you have a las cutter.
I do not have a las cutter. So someone sealed the door.
Yes.
It's a sort of brute force kind of thing.
You can try to brute force it.
I'm not that strong. I'm more about picking locks rather than pushing something open, but it's good to note. Would I, with any of my infused knowledge, know what this pipe's use is for?
You're not entirely sure.
Okay. Yeah, trail of goop into a completely locked door. Can I press my ear against it and with my Auspex try and see if I can find out if there's something inside there, like if there's any biological material inside?
Yes. Do an awareness test, minus 30.
Okay. That's 30 plus 20, so magnum 10 overall. 3 degrees of success.
3 degrees. There is something pulsating, like a biological creature. Almost sounds like breathing.
Okay. And I'm assuming the returns on the Auspex. The returns of the Auspex showing a singular return signal, or is it multiple return signals? Okay.
Several small creatures.
Yeah. So that is a nest of some kind, but the problem is that someone has intentionally barricaded the room so that they can safely be there. It's not a regular infestation. Whatever those things were, it's not a rat. So what is it? Okay. I'm going to have to move past this because I can't force this door open. Yeah. For the moment, I will maintain radio silence because I don't know what's happening with the other group. And I will try and find some more stuff going further down. So let's go deeper into this hellhole for the moment. Try and find out some more information.
Okay, Tim. You'll sneak down the corridor. I wanted to do another stealth test.
Sure.
I'm gonna do an opposed test.
Okay. 6 degrees of success.
6 degrees. Alright, you're going to spot another member of the warband. It is a woman, disheveled, leaning forward. She's wearing rags that she's sort of bound around her body. As you spot her, she wobbles through the hallway. You hide in some of the darkness and then slip by her.
I want to observe one of these because they're not acting. Because yeah, she's just walking around like in rags as a fucking acolyte. That's I mean, different strokes for different folks, but even that's fucking weird in this place. Which Yeah.
It just looks like she's just wrapped it around haphazardly around her body, like a party.
Is she like covering her chest like the tech priest did?
Yes.
Okay. I want to tail her for a little bit. See what she does.
Mm-hmm. She is going to walk into the shower rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to follow her?
Yep. Yeah. Well, we will.
Right. You will disappear into the shower rooms.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the group, what would you like to do?
I'm more or less standing inside that door where Sasha is, just watching this guy pass by me and staying right there next to the door, being as silent as and as still as possible.
I want to go ahead and press further. Though there hasn't been any, though there, yes, our warband is legend. But what have you heard about us recently? Has there been any news on the anywhere about the whereabouts of any of my compatriots, whether they're alive, dead, captured, or otherwise?
We heard of your unfortunate meeting with the navigator houses. We know that you have suffered losses. Beyond that, we know what we need to know.
But of course, information does tend to seep between the cracks, and of course, I'm willing to grant you fortunes beyond your greatest wishes if you can supply me with accurate information as to where they may be, or as to the condition of their capture or otherwise.
What do you mean they?
My compatriots.
He looks confused for a second. I don't know anything more about them than what was in the report. That is the truth.
That's unfortunate.
Mouth half open, and you can do a Forbidden Lore Mutants test. -20.
One degree of success.
With what you know of mutations, you spot a small, sort of reddish tint, almost like a light appearing inside his eyes, and then disappearing. As he blinks, you can see that he's bothered by something. You recognize this as one of the signs of mutation.
I'm going to lean up next to his ear, and I'm going to say, "Are you sure you don't know anymore?"
Yes.
Because I've certainly learned much of you in just a few moments here.
As you say that, he will back off and sort of leaning his head back as far as it goes. He will take a couple of steps back and hold his hand on the counter. Oh? What have you learned?
Do you believe that our deeds and our reputation is legendary just because of some stories? No, we have the capacity to observe and to learn at a moment's notice. And if you believe that you and what you, and he's going to take a moment to kind of look for the look of revulsion, are or being, then then perhaps our reputation does not reflects that which we really are.
Deep gulp, heavy breath as he leans back on the counter. He is going to grab one of the cups and it starts to crush under his hand. He crushes this this cup on the counter, and then looking down, his hand is bleeding. He will look back up at you.
Don't
What have you come here for?
try.
What are you seeking?
I have told you. I want to know what had happened to my compatriots exactly. And if you were to supply me with the information which I seek, then I'll let this small transgression go by. But if, and I'm going to blink very slowly, if word of what you were to leak out, I could not stop such a thing.
He's breathing heavily, and he looks back up at you. If you reveal what I am, it would be the end for you as well.
Light. Perhaps you should stand down. I will ask these questions. Because
Yeah.
if it comes down to the end of us, I am expendable.
Sweating profusely. You can see him starting to lean forward, and you will hear a groan of pain as he suddenly leaps up on the wall and starts running on the wall at a speed that is just blinding. It's almost like a reptile. He sticks to the wall and just starts running sideways on the wall.
Oh, that's unexpected.
And you can see him grabbing the entire wall like a lizard and jumping to the other side of the hallway and then disappearing further down it. And Ripsaw, Doggo is gone. Do a toughness test for Doggo.
Doggo, no!
Did you say doggo?
Yep.
Oh my god, if you kill Doggo, I will kill you.
Let's see here. That was a shock bite he gave, and also, oh, okay, he has toughness. Thank goodness. Go, doggo.
Oof.
Oh,
You can see Doggo in the end of the hallway being just pummeled side to side like a wet rag, just like pulled back and forth across the corridor and then pulled around a corner. In a split second, you can choose between running back to the group or staying here. What do you do?
I'm staying there. That's my dog.
Alrighty. Behind you, you will see a lizard-like creature stick to the wall, jump to the other wall, jump to the other wall. And I'm
shooting it.
Okay. Roll initiative.
That needs... Okay. My character is not there anymore. Give me a second.
I'll reveal you.
Okay.
is it only Rips on the scene, just to clarify?
Exactly, yes. Ripsaw is currently surrounded by two things.
Where's my backup? You all said let's go. Let's go, as in multiple of us. What happened?
You ran after him. He is going to go second. Go ahead, Ripsaw.
It's only Ripsaw?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You guys went into
No.
You guys went into the room and were speaking to the one guy. Ripsaw followed the tech priest who left that room, and none of you said that you were following Ripsaw. You all wanted to speak to this other guy. I fucked off in a different direction to find out what this weird infestation is. So
Right.
Ripsaw is currently further in this hangar bay, completely on his own. You guys have now just experienced random fucker running on the walls like goddamn Hereditary scene, running off in some other direction. Don't know whether it's towards Ripsaw or not, but...
Yeah, is this thing point blank or short range from me?
Short range.
Okay.
You have a minus 20 because of his sprinting.
Oh.
Big oof.
Ooh, that old target.
Nice.
Nice.
Garbage.
Oh no, your gun coughed at him.
By the homicide, you will die.
Like a zombie movie, you shoot off a side of his, what's that gonna be? His chest. And this huge splatter of blood flies behind him. Explosive shot, part of his chest is missing, and you can hear this loud sound as immediately his human face and expression disappears. And in its place is this horrible monstrosity. He's going to jump towards you and attack.
Rolling to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You can roll a willpower test minus 20.
Oh, just a willpower test?
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Oh. Tooth Gnasher, I'm going to be seeing you soon. You said, like, how much was the minus?
Minus 20.
Oh!
Yep.
Tooth Gnasher, here I come.
Oof.
Oh, so close.
Let's see here. Roll me a D100, please.
Oh.
Reeling with shock, the character backs away from the source of his fear. He cannot willingly approach the object of his fear, but can otherwise act normally with a minus 10 penalty on all tests. Do a dodge.
Okay. I will do a dodge. With the minus 10.
Yes.
I feel like I should have played the Ogren. I just dodge.
You just dodge? Okay.
I
It's
succeed.
going to be one dodge. He is going to start cutting and clawing into your chest. That's going to be a chest hit. And you take 16 rending damage, penetration 5.
Ow.
Then you take 14 rending damage, penetration 5.
I am not looking so good. I am taking crits.
How much?
Let's see here. I'm about that negative. What? I think that's like 13 right there.
Negative 30.
Yes.
Okay,
Very dead.
that would be to the leg. That's where he attacked. The hit rips apart the flesh of the leg, causing blood to spray out in all directions. Even as the target futilely tries to stop the sudden flow of vital fluid, he falls to the ground and dies in a spreading pool of gore.
Fade.
Now
Please.
before we sign my will of death, my legs are all mechanical. So how would that work?
Exactly the same, except explosions and so on. You still faint.
Oh,
Horrible screams of agony, drowning out everything within 2d10 meters. So you can all hear this nightmarish scream at the end of the hallway.
As Ripsaw dies, he ascends into the machine heaven, and he sees there waiting there is Tooth Gnasher.
Ripsaw, do you not have any fate at all?
Oh, he does. His mechanic is heaven.
Do you want to burn it to stay alive?
Yeah,
Yes, I would
burn
like to burn it.
Awesome.
Please burn it.
And,
I'm burning.
you have do a toughness test.
Toughness test. Okay.
Flat toughness.
Flat toughness.
Would you like to fate or?
Yes. Oh, inspiration? Yeah, I can use inspiration. I haven't used it yet. Oh!
You feel something seeping into your abdomen as if you're stabbed by something. It is a cold, poisonous feeling that spreads through your guts. You lay there for a while just feeling this creepy feeling and something running cold down your chest piece before you faint. Tim, you find yourself in some showers. The woman is going to put her rags on a stool, and you are watching a naked woman in front of you. She looks wounded. She will sort of hobble into one of the showers, coughing. What do you do?
Again, not going to interact. I need to observe her if she's clutching her chest because she's injured or because of something else. Yeah, so I'm just going to see what happens.
Alrighty. She disappears around the corner and there's no way to follow her. Unless you want to be spotted. What do you do?
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna turn around the corner with the flamethrower.
Okay.
Yeah.
You pull out your flamethrower and you
Yep.
walk into the shower room.
Yep.
In the shower, you spot a horrible sight. There are these veins, almost like long gestation lines, going into pods on the ground. A network, almost like a spider's web of red veins hanging through the showers. In the middle, you see the woman leaning down, petting a small greenish creature. As soon as you spot her, she will turn over her shoulder, and you can hear this hissing sound.
Yeah, no, I'm pressing that flamethrower button as hard as I can.
Okay.
I'm setting this fucking room on fire.
What kind of flamer is it?
It's just a regular flamer.
Just a regular flamer?
Regular
Roll for
flamer.
attack.
Fire. They have to dodge.
Got it with
That's how
fire.
flamers are. Just,
Nah, she's not gonna dodge. She's watching her baby.
yeah. Well, it's gonna cover it as well. Anything that's caught within the spray is gonna get automatically hit if they don't dodge.
Yep.
So.
Nice. Righteous grip.
Sick.
Very, very good. Let's see how much damage you do. This is 14. You can roll for the Righteous Fury.
Nice. 1d5, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
2 energy.
Creature is going to try to get away, won't move far enough. That is going to be 2. 14 with 2 penetration.
With crit effect energy 2 to the chest. And then they have to roll agility to see if they catch fire.
Mm-hmm. She succeeds. That's going to be crit 2. That is energy damage. To the body.
Yes.
The blast punches the air from the target's body. She must take a toughness test or be knocked prone. Success.
Okay.
The creature will reel back and, watching its baby burning on the ground, will lunge at you and attack. Dodge.
Yeah. 4 degrees of success.
We'll use multiple attacks. Do you have step aside?
I do indeed.
Yes, do it.
I will use my inspiration to reroll that. Oh, I will use a fate point to reroll that.
You can only reroll once.
Oh.
Yes. So what did you get?
Failure.
Failure? Straight up failure? Okay. With its multiple arms, it will attack your body. That will be 18 rending damage. Penetration.
Choose that down by... Okay.
It will attack again for... Or it's the same attack rather. Oof. That is gonna be a... Okay, no, that's... 14 rending damage, 5 penetration.
I am on -7.
-7 to
Yep.
the chest.
The body. Yeah.
Let us see here, rending. The target, the attack cuts open the target's abdomen, threatening to expose his entrails. The target suffers blood loss, permanently reduce his toughness characteristic by 1d5. Until he receives medical attention, he is at the end of each round. If he took any actions besides holding his guts in and waiting for a medic, roll a d10. On a result of 1 or 2, he suffers additional 2d10 rending damage.
Yep.
Alrighty. Tim, do a toughness test.
Before or after the reduction?
After.
I shall attempt to fate point that.
Yes, you can do that.
No, failure.
Oof. Okay, Tim, you faint, holding your guts in. The woman is going to leave you alone in this burning crater. The rest of the group, you can hear the horrible screams of Tin and Ripsaw. What do you do?
Were they in the same direction as Wynn, by the way, or as the host?
Yes.
I'm going to, as soon as the mutant leaves our eyesight, I'm going to chase after him in that direction, and I'm going to follow the whales as well.
Sam! Old or round? Be smart. Do not rush headlong into it.
He is the only one I know currently with any information. I'm not going to let this opportunity fly by.
Tin, you can talk on the microbeam, by the way. You're holding your guts in. You're paralyzed. You can't move without. Yeah.
I will just go. They're infested. Whatever they are, they're not human anymore. They've got nests everywhere. I'm in one. I tried to burn it and it didn't work. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last. Coordinates, and I'm gonna try and give the coordinates to where I'm going, to where I was.
Sick. You get a inspiration point. You properly give descriptions. It's basically around the corner and then into the shower room.
We should probably consolidate what numbers we have left.
Say again, what are they? Do they have more than 2 arms?
No, it changed. Arms burst out of the woman's chest. She was nurturing eggs. I'm currently in the room and it's on fire. I can't move.
Awesome. What do you do, guys?
Richard, we must do what we must. Even with fewer numbers, we must do our duty.
It a show.
It's possible that Ripsaw could say one final word to the party.
Yes, absolutely.
This is Ripsaw 01101. Tech priest of Mars. If you're hearing this, the mission must go on without me. I must go to the Messiah. The data slate and whatever brain matter you can get out of Doggo, if he is still around, is all information collected from a series of missions. Collect my augmentations for others. I will be meeting your emperor soon.
Sick. You get an inspiration point.
So, Emperor protects and looks after his own. 4th, and thankful.
Time is passing in real time, and you're gonna hear the opening of hangar doors in the distance. External hangar doors.
I'm still making my way in that direction.
Okay. You will start to run into the corridor. You will see splatters of blood on the wall. As soon as you turn the corner, you will see a...
I'm approaching carefully now. Last pistol in hand.
Does anyone want to follow him?
I'm following him. Stay as a group.
Yes, Askellon will be following him.
Okay, I'm gonna say you all move as a group then. You running into the showers, you will find Tin Ulti on the ground next to a whole lot of burning eggs and goo. And these veins hanging up in the ceiling look like these bloody vines. He's laying there, guts spilled out on the floor.
Come up. You must move.
Should we... let's stabilize him first, then we move.
There's a med kit in my backpack.
I take the med kit and administer Medicaid.
Do you medicate us?
I will assist with this.
Yes.
Okay, so is that plus 20, plus 30 in total? I don't remember. I've never done Medicaid.
Quick.
It is a plus 10 because it's not a super awesome rare medkit. It's just a regular medkit.
Okay, so plus 20 with assistance.
Yeah.
5 degrees.
Okay, Morton's away. Please rescue me.
We're trying to get there, buddy.
I'm the only one that has actual fully trained Medicaid and have Medicaid like Mechadendrite.
I'm fully Medicaid.
I'm also the only tech priest.
We're trying to get there. We'll be there.
Please, I don't want to join Tooth Gnasher.
And Doggo.
My save file, Doggo.
Your save file is Doggo, yes.
Doggo's dead?
Oh, that'll be a tragedy. No, he just said he got taken away, so I gotta find him now. It's a bummer I don't have any frag grenades or grenades in general.
I have one frag grenade that I have not been able to use in like 20 sessions.
Is he
perfect time?
I've been trying to find a use for it forever.
Perfect time. Give it to me.
Is he stable?
We don't have the GM to confirm if I am or not.
We move off.
Or out of my
find Ripsaw.
5 degrees of success on Medicaid check for 10.
It's like he is back up to +5, or he has 5 more wounds than he had.
Okay. So I no longer have the bleeding hole in my chest. I'm assuming they've stapled that.
Yes.
Okay. Tim is going to struggle to get to his feet, and then he's going to look at them all, and he goes, I don't think we can take this on our own. She attacked me faster than I could fucking blink, and I've never seen something be able to walk off a flamethrower to the face. I think we need to alert the rest of the ship.
Get out. I will find Ripsaw.
We should go together. Anyone else have medical experience aside from me?
Yeah, I'm trained.
Ripsaw is also similarly capable, but as we heard from his mechanical wailing, he's not exactly in the best position, so we need to double time it to wherever he is now.
I think he's not too
Recover
far.
what we can of him. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to take the flamer and flame some of these nests surrounding us.
Yes. You will escort them all.
I'm gonna be supporting Tim on our journey.
Alright. Okay. I will join to try and see if we can stabilize Ripsaw, and then Tin is going to suggest that me and that Ripsaw and I, through haggard breath, just because it's difficult to do that. Oh, I'm so injured voice. He's gonna go. I don't think I'm much good to anyone else in this state. I think I'm gonna need to alert the rest of the ship. Get some armsmen in here. Get more whatever we need to kill these fucking things.
I will drag him to the ship. I will make sure he survives. You survive. Understand?
Yes, sir.
I order you to live.
Trying my fucking hardest.
Alright, guys. You exit the showers, and running around the corner, you will see more blood splatter on the walls. And finally, a sad mess of a tech priest on the ground. Limbs all broken to every direction. You will see Ripsaw's lifeless body tossed up across the wall.
Alright.
His leg is
Let's
missing.
go. One step at a time, eh?
Is there any signs of life?
You could bring him back to life, yes. But he is going to be out for the rest of the encounter.
And
What do you do?
step, bag, step, bag, step, bag.
What do you do?
I think. Get me to the other side of the hangar doors, the one that separated us from this area of the ship. We can seal the doors in, try and see if we can hold them off, and then we can alert the rest of the ship from there. Anyone got a better idea?
Guys?
Oh, I don't have a better idea. This fellow is quite heavy.
And we'll do so. And similarly, I'm going to, with the same Medicaid kit, apply Medicaid to Ripsaw, see if I can't mend some of those wounds, put together some mechanical parts. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, or in some cases in Tetris and others.
Yeah.
I'll help the human part.
Yeah, I because I've got some use in tinkering, I can see if I can stop I'm assuming the catastrophic vital fluids loss in his broken legs. So I'll try and see if I can stop anything else from leaking from the more bionic parts.
Excellent. Yeah, you sort of just jolt the leg back into place.
Mm-hmm.
It is not functional, but it's sort of hanging off the hinge. And you make sure it's no longer bleeding.
Okay. Again, with 5 degrees of success.
Yes. He's stable, so he's gonna live, but he's not awake.
Get him on the ship. I will cover you.
Right, Tin's gonna, with gritted teeth, I assume someone else is gonna have Ripsaw's other shoulders, and we're gonna drag him, sort of two-man style.
Yep. I'll slap myself over on that other shoulder.
Awesome. You grab him out and pull him out to the corridor. And yeah, you could just hear some slight tapping, and as if something is running in there.
So we make it over to the blast doors at this point, correct?
Yes.
I try to radio out.
Yep.
On the box and see if we can reach anybody.
You absolutely can. A little time will pass, and you will hear the familiar voice of Kane. The microbead lights up. All of you can hear it.
Yes. How did it go?
It goes terribly. We need assistance immediately. It appears that there are countless mutants in countless nests infesting this infesting this installation.
You are the Ordo Xenos. You can handle a simple mutation, can you not?
With 2 of our number down, any assistance would be greatly appreciated.
What is the nature of this mutation?
Assumed to be some kind of parasitic infection. Some form of Xeno life form or mutated form of beast appears to have infected the acolytes. They look like normal acolytes. They appear to maintain the memories of the original acolytes. It is going to be a serious security breach if any other individuals are infested like this. They are also able to mutate their bodies to extreme physical proportions, including multiple limbs, as well as increased athletic capabilities such as running on walls. Whatever this is, it cannot be contained by us alone, and we do not know how many groups have already been infested. We have to assume that every single group that has come to investigate this area before us may be another one of these disgusting monsters. We will be outnumbered, and I guarantee you, sir, they outclass us nearly in all ways.
Sick. You can do a fellowship test. Any of you talking on the microbeat can do that.
Inspiration.
Yes.
Success with 6.
Sick.
Oh!
Ooh, 6 degrees. Yeah, you can hear a sort of some silence for a little while, and then the seriousness sort of grabs a hold of him.
An alien species, you say? Would you guess as to the nature of the alien species?
Potentially infestor.
Can you say that again?
Potentially an infestor.
I have never heard of this alien species. Infestors.
Yes, you wouldn't.
Are you certain?
94% certain.
I have never heard of an infestor before. Do you have an expert in xenographics there? Someone who can describe this to me?
I do not. It is something that I read in one of the historical archives.
I can give a physical description, sir, as best as we can. We also have recovered footage from a servitor, which may be able to provide additional evidence for whatever it may be.
And who should I send to assist you? Another warband? To be killed?
No.
Whomever, well, we're going to need to secure this entire area, lock it all off to make sure that whatever this infestation is does not spread. It has already managed to get itself into the pipelines. They are moving through the pipes and through our own infrastructure. If this hangar is not sealed off, more areas of the ship could be compromised.
It must
Understood.
be blown.
It will be sealed.
Must be sealed and blown to vacuum.
Any of you can do an influence test. -10.
I guess since I'm the one trying to request the place being sealed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll try, but it's gonna be no.
Anyone? Influence?
Give me 2 seconds. It's just loading up. Yeah, there's no point.
Hmm?
Yep. I'm gonna
Okay, you're
feel-
not. No one is doing it. Okay. Yeah, he'll go off the microbeat for a little while and then come back.
Successful one. Oh, two
Oh,
successful
sick.
ones.
All right, Sam. Yes. Who do you want to request for him to send?
How important could this be? Can't you handle it yourselves?
Sam?
Currently, we are down 2, and we are hauling these same 2. Logistically speaking, it's impossible. We require some kind of extraction unit first for these, and then sealing the entire structure would be advised.
Fine. I understand. We will waste the precious time and resources of the Death Watch on this hunch of a mutation. I was hoping that you could take enough care of it, but I see that your competence only stretches that far. Very well. Extract from the area.
Sir, if our resources are as limited as you say, and the Death Watch cannot waste their bolter rounds, then please merely seal it, and then we can regroup and reorganize. We were taken unawares by their ambush, but now we will not have to worry about that. We know what is inside, and as long as we can ensure that this does not spread, we can then move as a fire team. At this point in time, 2 of us are incapable of continued combat, but if it is sealed off, it can be dealt with at a later time without the need of the Death Watch. If you require us to do so, we merely ask that you buy us time to prepare.
And with that and your influence tests, the Inquisitor will order the Death Watch to be sent into the area. The last scene is all of you ascending from the dark pits, meeting the Death Watch, and you can do a little chat on your way up while you're carrying Ripsaw. I'll be right back.
Oh, I don't even get to interact with the Space Marines. You guys had to sit there.
Is this the first time that we've ever extracted from a mission successfully and also retreated successfully? Even though we had to take even though we had to take it on the chin in terms of insults and shit talking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so happy! Oh my god!
I somehow did not lose my. I somehow did not lose my my fate point. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, the fact that we could extract is very, very good. I did not want to fucking fight whatever was down there. That would have been double bad good.
Bunch of wimps!
Double bad. Do not like.
So from what I researched real quick, they're like they precede Gene Stealers, so it probably would have got really, really bad.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
And
Alright, I'm back. On your way up, you're gonna meet the Death Watch walking down to the chambers. You made the right choice. After a little while, you will return to your barracks.
Still got the voice on, which makes us sound a whole lot better.
There we go. Yeah, you're back in the barracks.
It sounded
right, entering
amazing.
there, you will hear that the Death Watch has cleaned out the infestation. And you're about to arrive on the Forbidden World.
Tin will, after getting a bunch of bandages wrapped around his ruined chest and sort of lying on the nearby cot, will just kind of like waddle over to Sergei, who's just kind of attached himself to our unit, and just gonna go, "Hi, my name's Tin."
Sergey.
Well, hopefully, much like me, hopefully you're not going to end up like this.
That is why I stay in the back with the medical supplies, of which I need a requisition sub.
Thank you for fixing my guts up.
That was the other line. And mainly, I just helped out where I could.
I had to do a couple of first aid things to myself, but nothing that major. You know, you never really quite realize how painful it is until it happens to you, I guess.
I guess, yeah. He's just blankly staring at you with that last comment. Just, yeah, I guess.
You ex-guard?
Sorry, who failed
sorry.
their toughness test when they died?
Me.
You. Okay. You're gonna feel a little funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna report that immediately.
Yes. You feel off.
Yep, I'm gonna immediately report that to Medicaid. These things were infesting us, and I don't know if they laid eggs or something, or if they had poisons. So we'll go to the Medicaid and report that immediately.
Getting it inspected, they will find that you have been implanted. They're not really sure what happened. Perhaps it will be useful, perhaps you will learn something about them. But you will be... they will watch you.
Can you not get it out?
Nope.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
This is what I get for shooting. I should have just run.
Well, you have plenty of time.
Mm.
And after staying in your chambers for a little while, the a meeting will be called on the bridge.
Would the medical report be shared with anyone else?
Yeah, you can all read it.
So it wouldn't be shared with other members of the group?
It would. Arriving on the bridge, you will see out the windows that the warp effect is slowly dissipating. The Inquisitor is standing there with a concerned expression. The Archconfessor and the Legate beside him. They're just gonna look at you as you enter the room. What do you do?
So, what was it in the end?
The Inquisitor and Archconfessor are looking in your direction. Both of them looking quite grim.
Inquisitor, with your permission, one of our acolytes is infected.
He barely bats an eyebrow.
He needs to be put down.
He will look to Kane. Are you certain he is infected?
Medical report does not lie.
He will look at you, Tin.
And he knows it himself.
A concerning development, to be sure. What do we know of these creatures?
I have faced these creatures before. Or I believe so.
Kane will sort of lean over and whisper, "Aliens, my lord."
They're called gene stealers.
And the problem has been contained?
No.
Kane will sort of raise a finger in there. The entire area has been burned. Any trail or sight of the alien has been vanquished. There is nothing left of them.
That is what they want you to think.
Do you doubt the efficiency of the Death Watch?
They play the long game.
And what can we do?
With respect, Arch-Confessor, I am sure the Death Watch purged whatever they could within the facility, but the Commissar, despite his murderous intent towards me not becoming, he's correct. There was something wrong with me. I don't know what it was, but it didn't feel right, and I requested the Medicae to inspect my body. They have found something implanted with me. I was not detained by the Medicae staff, and they seem to state curiosity as to what is inside me. Now, I realize that this might be a security breach. Whatever these things were took over other acolytes, took their minds and warped their bodies. That is not something which I appreciate the prospect of. I asked whether they could be removed, whether whatever it was implanted in me could be removed surgically, and they said that it couldn't. My mind currently is my own. My loyalty still to the throne. Other than strange feelings within my own body, physically there is nothing different. I know that there are not many of us left on this ship, and there are no reinforcements. If Commissar Rickard wishes for my execution, then perhaps I can, at the very least, provide some form of usefulness to the organization before whatever this corruption is overtakes me. You will have the perfect executioner next to me at all times, and if there is anything of my behavior...
Do not wish your execution.
Oh, shut up, Rickard! You've hated me from the moment we have met. You have done nothing but insult my integrity, question my loyalty, and do nothing except for answer petty insults after threatening our other kind. Don't you dare try to suggest anything other than animosity towards me. I am sure that you are perfectly happy with what's inside me right now, and I will be damned if you give an order before I give consent to it. If I am to die because of this thrice damned parasite inside me, that is from my own hands, not from yours.
You hear a light tapping on the ground coming off to the right from Aquilian's staff. And you, Acolyte, forget your place. Remember the company you keep, and whose presence you are in.
I am done being calm. I am done with this. I have been told that I have been infested and my time is short. So I am no longer going to be placed in fear. If I am to die, then I am to die. But it will be in service to the God Emperor.
Yes.
You are already infected, already corrupted.
The Inquisitor will look up to the ramp.
You cannot control yourself.
The alien seeks to spread division among us. Don't let it happen. The alien has no power over us. If, as you say, you are infected, you will be dealt with, shall the moment arise. I order you to deploy to the planet. If he is a liability, you may take care of him yourself.
Have your authority.
You carry your own. As long as the problem is contained, we are safe. But be on your guard. If you hear more about this infestation, we may need to deploy the kill teams. Squash the blood bugs before they multiply. Everyone looks at you, Tin.
Definitely with a more hate-filled glare toward Rickard, he'll turn towards the Inquisitor and go, I thank you for allowing me to, at the very least, prove my worth before this overtakes me.
We do not yet know if you are infected. It may simply be a strain of some kind, a wound. I think we will have enough time before we know. Ah, there it is. We should be arriving momentarily. The Inquisitor looks out the windows as this blue shard opens in the distance. A sharp light will surround you. All of you can see this portal that you're in starting to slowly disappear. A beautiful multicolored portal will slowly twirl out into space, revealing glittering stars as far as the eyes can see. Standing near the windows on the bridge, you see a beautiful, lush, and colorful planet slowly appearing through the silvery mist that surrounds the ship after warp travel. One after another, large navigator vessels will shoot out of vortexes in space, which close behind them. You are in some kind of warp effect, as all of the electronic equipment on the ship will immediately shut down. All the monitors turn off and it goes black. You're all just lit up with the light from the world in front of you. Everyone is just turned to the window in awe. That must be it. The Forbidden World. Kane will slowly walk up to the bridge and sort of just stand there and take it in. The Inquisitor turns around. Assemble a team. You must choose 2 allies to take with you. One among the Prime. Are you ready?
We are ready, my lord.
Go then. The Inquisitor and Saul will leave. You have quite a while to set up your team and to choose who you want to take with you. Who will it be?
How many? Oh yeah, and we're only allowed to pick 2. 2, aren't we?
Yep, that is correct. And I think we can end the session there.
Yeah.
You all have a little time to stand here and talk if you would like.
All good. Apologies for shouting out of character. I'm not angry at all. But
This is the best role playing we've had in weeks.
Yeah, that was spicy as fuck. That was great.
That was amazing. Yeah, no, you can all keep role playing if you'd like, or you can just decide out of character.
Just curious, is Ripsaw announced to have a giant tube?
Ripsaw is toothpaste. He's pretty squished. Half dead.
Oh, you guys left Doggo. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doggo is super dead, unfortunately. There's no way.
We need to figure out Doggo's fate. Yeah.
I hope the Death Watch take care of.
I hate to inform you of what that entails with the Death Watch.
You will get Doggo back, but he has one of these infections, unfortunately.
Okay, it doesn't matter. So long as it doesn't harm the brain, that's fine.
Brain
Gotta
might
rip
be okay,
another piece
actually.
of him. Oh, what?
Yeah, what is the Death Watch's stance on canines?
Infected canines with gene stealer genes? Definitely burn.
Just gotta remove it. Just gotta
I didn't need to know that. Didn't need to know that.
Oh, heavy flimmer, all the way, heavy flimmer.
No, save the Archaeotech, then burn it.
Heavy flimmer.
Das ist der Flamer. Der Heavy Flamer.
Save the Archaeotech, then burn the poor doggo. Then go find another doggo.
And then you'll have Doggo Mark II.
Yes, I can call it Doggo 2 or R2D2. Yes, there you go. It's D2.
What it called instead of actually what it called having shoulders, it can go doop. It'll be what it called auto guns, and it'll just go. Brrrr.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna arm R2D2 with just two M16 strapped to its shoulders. What an excellent idea! Beautiful design.
Go. Brrrr.
Yes, Legend of Doggo has finally come to its end. Ah. I even made a funny backstory.
Treat.
Yeah, I even made him a funny backstory where he was actually like in the same room as the Horus Heresy, just playing